That's got a good little aroma.
Greetings, you Delcoven pack beasts. I hope you're doing well. My name is Graham, and this is the Crack-A-Pack on LRRMTG, where today I'm joined by Nelson.
Hey, I'm here.
Hello.
Hi.
And Nelson's going to open this pack of Tarkir Dragonstorm. This is a collector booster, and you can read a variety of numbers on the back of it, but I recommend you just open it.
Dragons and storms. Together at last. Okay.
All right. I don't know how these are collated yet.
We don't know yet, hey?
So
normally I look to you to be like, you tell me.
Haven't opened one yet. This is the first one.
I'm just going to try the card off the back. Actually, no, I'm going to cheat and peek at it. It's common. Dragon's Prey. 2 and a black for an instant that says destroy target creature, but this spell costs 2 more to cast if it targets a dragon. This is like a strict upgrade from murder.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Dragons. Strictly upgrading murder.
Yeah, it's just harder to kill a dragon.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, they're very big.
Right, unless you want to murder a dragon. Then it's time for it. Then back to regular old murder.
Yeah.
Scoured Barrens.
I'm glad to see this cycle has returned.
ETB tapped, you gain a life, and hey, if the format is 3 colors all the time, ideally 3 different colors on turn 3, a lot of games of this format will probably start with players alternating, gaining 1 life in what is like the most etiquette-filled limited format of all time, right? It's like, I will gain 1 life. Very good, and you, sir, as well, right? Like,
I am so eager to return to another limited format where both players start with 22 life and 2 lands in play.
I see your Scoured Barrens and raise you a rugged highlands. Devoted Duelist. 1 and a red for a 2/1 Goblin Monk with haste and flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. That is quite a magic card.
What a great little common. It's a Goblin Piker, literally Goblin Piker, with haste, which is already like pretty good for just a common, but then it also does the like ping thing whenever you flurry, which I love that they've sort of flavor worded it.
Yeah, that's got a good little aroma. Flurry, it's got a nice feel to the ability.
Yeah, I hope to see Flurry return in future sets, because it's fairly often that they like to do the cast a second spell thing.
That one's been cooking at WotC for years now. They've been like second spell this, second spell that since like original Eldraine, I want to say was the first time it showed up. And then it showed up again like in a core set in different colors or something.
Yeah.
So there's been the second spell matters file rocking for a while. So it needs to see its own ability word.
Yeah.
Also, is this just like better? What's the name of that 03 that's Ben Ulmer's favorite card? You know, when it untaps every time casting or sorcery, pings them. Yeah,
Thermo Alchemist.
Thermo Alchemist. Is this just kind of like? Do you get pings sort of as often as you would get Thermo Alchemist pings anyway? Because the Thermo Alchemist decks do have to play cards that aren't instants and sorceries.
Yeah, but that Thermo Alchemist gets to ping once every turn for sure.
Right.
And then a second time if you cast any spell.
So this is like not a Thermo Alchemist,
no,
but still offers you that like late game potential Thermo Alchemist win off of attacking with their early creatures.
Yeah, if you can get in the first 2 damage for free on turn 2 just by attacking, then you know you've banked a bit of value already.
Boulderborn Dragon, 5 generic mana for a 3/3 artifact creature dragon with flying and vigilance, and whenever this creature attacks, surveil 1.
So this is just. Oh no! I need more dragons, but I can't cast them. My colors are wrong. This is just okay. They've done this a lot in previous sort of like sets where there's a typal theme where they're like, all right, there's going to be 1 that's colorless and anybody can cast it, and it'll be very mid.
John Rickard always used to call these snids when it was a 5 mana 3/3 because that was like Grizzly Bear is a 2 mana 2/2, Hill Giants a 4 mana 3/3. But if you're paying 5 for your 3/3, there were like this cycle from one of the sets in the 90s I didn't play that were like something snid. And
the snid.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this also has a relevant, kindred creature type and 3 abilities.
And village.
Yeah.
Vigilance.
Vigilance. It eats the villages. Burninating all the peoples. I really like that.
Boulder.
5, Boulderborn. Yeah. 5 generic for a 3/3. And then it also kind of smooths out your draw if it gets to attack. So it's sort of like, I feel personally attacked by the design of this card, but it's like,
Hey, I see you don't have enough playables. Here's a 5-mana 3/3 that helps smooth out your way to your like 4 different bombs and your 4 different mana fixers that are in your deck that you're trying to cast.
Hey, it's pack 3. Do you think you're going to be struggling to make playables? Great news. This guy will be going late.
yeah, Boulderborn is here to try to save your terrible draft deck, Nelly. Fleeting Effigy, 1 red mana for a 2/2 elemental with haste, and at the beginning of your end step, return this creature to its owner's hand, and 2 in a red, this creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn.
It's involuntary dash.
Yeah.
You can only dash it.
Sure, yeah, you can think of it that way. The ability where the creature comes back to your hand is actually as old as like Visions or Mirage. They put it on some Viashinos back then. And we also saw this, basically this exact same creature as Reinforced Ronin in Kamigawa Dynasty. That one had instead you can pay 2 mana to cycle it, like discard it and draw a card. This one has weird fire breathing, and it's an elemental. So if you have Risen Reef or other creatures that care about elementals, pretty cool stuff. Frontline Rush. Red-white for an instant that says choose one, create 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens, or target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it's like Raise the Alarm or Might of the Masses.
Neat.
Great card. It's Runescale Stormbrood. 3 and a red gets you a 2/4 flying dragon with whenever you cast a non-creature spell or a dragon spell, this creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn.
Cool.
But it has an omen. So these look just like adventures, except they say instant omen or sorcery omen instead of adventure. And the rule is instead of going to the exile and then you can cast a dragon, you just shuffle it into your library.
You can keep, I mean, this is a bad example because it's a counter spell, but you can just keep casting the omen. Because you could draw it later, and then you go, okay, cool, Omen, and put it back in your deck, and then you draw it again, and Omen. Like, you can hypothetically prevent yourself from milling out.
Yeah, as long as you have the mana, and you don't, like, get milled out, or it gets countered, or whatever.
There's also an Omen that draws a card.
Oh, right, that one could be a problem. But yeah, all these Omens kind of give you a little bit of built-in mill protection.
Yeah.
Natural mill protection.
Yeah, and I love anything that's like,
Okay, this is an expensive creature, and it's going to be a while before you can cast it. So we're giving you a cheap thing to do with it,
like cycling for a basic, or in the case of all these omens, they just have these all built-in spells that you can do on like turn 2 or 3, and then you'll get the dragon later. You know, use the omen to live long enough to get to cast your dragons later.
We should read the Omen. It's called Chilling Screech, 1 in a blue instant, counter target spell with mana value 2 or less. While we're talking about the corner case of the Omen protecting you from naturally milling out, it also offers you the opportunity to like draw only gas in the late game. If you have like draw engines plus lots of mana, you can turn your deck into constantly feeding you. If there's one that deals damage or makes creatures or whatever, some sort of board value, it can theoretically be the only card in your deck and you just keep playing it.
Yeah.
So like added inevitability.
And the creature meanwhile is Big Dragonaut.
Yeah. That's true, actually. Good
Cool.
name for it.
Ooh.
Boulderborn Dragon, again, now in cool showcase frame. So we saw it earlier. It's the artifact that saves your bad draft deck. I once again feel extremely called out.
Hey,
This pack wrapper is like really thick and shiny, but somehow Graham saw through it to be like, we need to have an intervention.
Boulderborn's in there.
Nelly, you got to stop trying to take all the playables. Riling Dawnbreaker.
Ooh.
4 and a white for a 3/4 dragon with flying and vigilance, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Or you can cast the Omen Signaling Roar for 1 and a white. It's a sorcery that says create a 2/2 white soldier creature token. This is a cool,
I love
flexible, playable card that gives you a 2-drop 2/2.
Yeah.
It's just a white bear. It's got a soldier type, no extra abilities, and not flash. But still, if you need to hit your curve, 2/2s for 2 were so good in the original Tarkir because everyone's playing a morph. I saw common 3-color casting cost heavy hitters. So if you can hit your perfect mana by turn 3, it seems like there's regularly going to be a reward for that. So the 2/2 won't jam into whatever that is as favorably, but it's just neat, pointing out the old value of 2/2s for 2 in a world where you were either always playing tap lands and like then it gave you something to do on curve, or you needed to be able to block your opponent's morph if you're on the draw. Forest.
Love a good forest.
Every Magic set has the best basic land art ever. Smile at Death.
Good start.
3 white for an enchantment that says at the beginning of your upkeep, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures. So this is a neat one.
Every turn.
Yeah, certainly I could see maybe in Standard putting something together where you like just get this 5-mana enchantment and then try to run the show from there. There's a lot of graveyard removal around, but this is a really powerful effect. Eshki, Teemer's Roar. Green, blue, red for a 2/2 legendary creature human warrior. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Eshki. If that spell's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. If that spell's power is 6 or greater, Eshki deals damage equal to Eshki's power to each opponent.
What?
Okay, so this is either a fun limited bomb or also probably a really good commander.
This is one of the commanders.
Nice. Yeah, so only 3 mana for a 2/2 that grows, threatens to draw you cards, and then just kill stuff. The only thing it can't do is deal damage to creatures.
Yeah.
Or maybe wash the dishes, you know.
Take Eshki into combat, probably deal damage to a couple creatures that way.
That's true. Yathan Road Watcher.
Whoa.
1 white, black, green. So 1 and an Absent. The Siege Rhino casting cost. For a 3/3 human scout with, when this creature enters, if you cast it, mill 4 cards. When you do, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Cool.
Okay.
And it's got the wild, like, Abzan clan stamp treatment.
That's what's going on. Thank you.
Yeah, this is a particular style of there's, I don't know how many there are. Again, I've
5 maybe?
I've barely seen the set by the time we're recording this. There's more than 5, but yeah, it's a cool design of that is pretty slick looking seeing it in person. The card also seems neat.
Yeah, so just an ETB value creature, 4 mana 3/3, and you get a creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Oh, it doesn't even have to be from the ones that you mill from this creature.
Yeah, crucially, you can target something that's already there, and it also mills 4 cards. But it doesn't work on blinks. Like, it's an ETB effect creature
If
that
you
says
cast
if you cast it.
Yeah.
And the effect is like, oh, I guess it's powerful enough that it would turn into an infinite combo with clones. Or not infinite, but lethal.
Yeah.
They want you to pay 4 mana, get 2 creature cards, mill yourself some more because that's valuable.
4 mana for 2 creatures seems fine by me.
Okay, this one was backwards and is double-faced.
Oh. I know what this is.
It's not the exact same art.
No,
It's close, though.
There's a few arts that have like regular art on one side and then like little baby version on the other side.
Okay, all right. So the back half of the card is the Whittle Baby half.
Yeah.
This is Bloomvine Regent, 3 green for a 4/5 dragon with flying, and whenever this or another dragon you control enters, you gain 3 life.
Okay.
It also has an omen, a sorcery called Claim Territory for 2 and a green that says search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards, reveal them, put 1 onto the battlefield tapped, and the other one into your hand, then shuffle. So like a
That's cultivate for only forests.
cultivate for basic forests. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
really good.
Yeah, seems like a decent card for Commander if anyone's still playing Cultivates. You know, this isn't quite Thragtusk, but like, it's kind of a neat sort of like, hey, are you trying to ramp, bro?
The baby side kind of looks like a orchid mantis.
Yeah.
And it's also like, it's weirdly pink.
It is that particular color of pink where you're like, is that okay?
Yeah. Are you, did all your scales fall off?
Do we need to take this dragon to the NICU?
Yeah. Whoa.
Okay, last card is another Smile at Death.
Whoa.
This one's foil and full art, kind of.
Oh, this is the same treatment as the other.
Okay, so does this have the Abzan
soldier.
symbol in the background or some kind of symbol?
Mardu.
So these two are maybe from the same
Kind of thing.
school of treatment, and
Yeah.
then we have like, this is like a regular full art.
Yeah, that's from the commander set.
And then we have back half is same card but baby,
Yep.
which is like brand new and
Yep.
introduces like a weird concept in printing Magic cards because
Yep.
we have double face cards in lots of other sets.
This is just the same card on both sides.
This is the first time they've given us the same card on both sides. Like, that was weird.
Yeah.
Finally, there is a treasure/elephant token. Whoa, it's a 5/5 element.
They made the elephants bigger?
5/5 elephant.
Forget
I should
everything
say.
else that I've learned today about the set. I'm excited that Elephant Bigger.
Elephant big
Elephant big.
and very tusky. Like we got
Good for them.
We got bonus tusks. The extra 2 power and toughness is all in the tusks.
It's all in the tusks.
Yeah.
Carrying a lot of power in your tusks.
Wow.
Thank you.
This is a really
looking
handsome
at it.
elephant token. Sorry. They've been working out.
Well, unfortunately, you can't take that in draft. So what would you first pick here?
Okay, so if I was drafting,
Yeah, this
this
preposterous
weird pack,
yeah.
James decides that we're drafting collector's packs.
Yeah,
I kind of like...
I have no idea. It might be that dragon.
Yeah.
For me, the Bloomvine Regent.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Bloomvine Regent because it's really solid, only puts you in one color, plays well in any game, basically. Like, whenever you draw this, you can do something with it, so I like that about it.
Because if you take a Smile at Death, you're passing a Smile at Death. This is why collector boosters are messed up. Let me tell you, though, if you were looking for 3 Conjurer's Closets, do I have a format for you?
I think you're allowed to pass both Smile at Deaths and just hope one will come around.
Yeah.
I could also see taking the Esh Key. It is 3 different colors. Puts you all the way committed into Teamer, but there's going to be plenty of drafts of this format where you're just like, yep, I'm the Abzan player, and you just put the blinders on and take the best Abzan card you
Eshki's
can.
pretty messed up, so yeah, I'll take it.
For raw power, I think Esh Key's the most powerful card, and then you could take a Smile of Death and hope to wheel the other one, but you could also just hope to wheel a Smile of Death if you don't take one. I think there's an argument. Plenty of players could take one of the other cards besides Smile of Death from this pack. So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, there we are. There's our first look, at least for Nelson and myself, at a collector booster from Tarkir Dragonstorm. Until we talk again, I have been Graham, joined by Nelson.
Hey.
Paul's been on tech. Matt edits these, and Heather gets them online. Thank you all for watching. Everything we do here, remember, is brought to you by you at our Patreon, or becoming a member on this channel, or subscribing on the Twitch. Talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.